I'm Gary White for Central Kentucky Television. I'm here with Lyda Moore, who is president of the Kentucky Home Extension chapter of the Master Gardeners Association here in Bardstown. And we're going to be talking about the Blooming Bardstown Garden Tour that is coming up on Saturday. It's going to be June the 13th, right?
That's correct. Lucky June the 13th.
Absolutely. And it's the 12th year?
It is. It is our 12th year.
Fantastic. So tell us about the Blooming Bardstown Garden Tour.
We have a little bit of everything going on for everybody. Everyone meets down at the Extension office first in the morning. You can come at 8, no earlier than 8, please. And there's where you buy your tickets for the garden tour. Also at that same time, the marketplace is set up, which includes our plant sale, some demonstrations, 20 vendors of all different sorts, and all of that, Gary, is free. And then you can go in. No, you can't beat that. It's a lot of fun for everybody of all ages. And then you go inside the Extension office and purchase your tickets for our beautiful gardens. And the gardens open at 9, and they're open from 9 till 4. Those are self-guided tours. You'll be given a little handband and a map, and you can go to any gardens in any order that you wish.
Fantastic. And how much are the tickets?
The tickets are $8 in advance, $10 the day of the tour.
Okay, and you can get the tickets at the Extension office in advance if
yes,
you so choose?
You can buy them right now today if you wish.
Great. Go down to the Nelson County Extension office for that. Now, how many gardens are going to be on the tour this year?
Well, this year on the tour we have 9 gardens. 2 of those are public places, Sisters of Charity of Nazareth, and the children's library, at the library, the Children's Garden Reading Room.
Okay.
It's on there. And I also, I didn't mention earlier that we have our auction, which is one of the grandest things that we're doing, and that is for free as well. You can go in and bid. We have a silent auction, and this year we also are going to have a regular auction at 10:30 in the morning. Many fine items, 100 items to bid from.
That's fantastic.
And all that is free.
Now, we talked about the Master Gardeners. Tell us a little about the Master Gardeners program.
Well, we are a service organization which is of international scope. In fact, myself and 3 other gardeners went this past July to South Korea, right outside Seoul, and we went to the international meeting of the Master Gardeners. So there are Master Gardeners all around the world, obviously, and all through the United States. We are a service organization, and we do have an educational component. So you take the classes, and you pass the classes. Doesn't mean you know everything. You don't need to be an arborist or a horticulturist. You need to be willing to say, I don't know, or I do know, or I can sure find out. And we're a very varied group.
Okay, fantastic. How many are there?
We have about 100 members, 60 of us that are very active.
And you can find out more or take those classes if you want to through the Extension office, because it actually operates through there, right?
Yes, we all operate through the Extension office. And Robbie Smith will be glad to get your phone calls and talk to people about being in our next class. We have an awful lot of fun.
That's great. Now, also, I think part of the Master Gardeners, too, that you have to do some service hours, is that right?
Yes, indeed.
You have to help. So the public, if they have questions, they can contact any of the Master Gardeners and kind of get some answers. Is that right?
Yes, indeed. And it is a service organization. Most recently, I was lucky enough to give a little bit of good help to the new Bark Park, which you have to be very careful saying, Bardstown's Bark Park. And then I went over and did a little help myself at the Oscar Getz Museum of Bourbon and History, where my husband and I married, and so that was fun doing that.
Okay.
We also give lots of things, books to the libraries. We're so lucky now in Nelson County to have several wonderful scholarships to folks entering schools that have to do with agriculture, horticulture, agribusiness, those sorts of things. We're giving out several $1,000s in scholarships just this year for those things.
Now, we're not going to tell you who the homes are for the garden tour. You have to get your ticket for that information, right? But can you give us a little tease of what some of these different gardens some of the little special aspects of some of these gardens if they go on the tour, what they can
I
expect?
certainly can. Some of the gardens are areas that people have been working on for 1 year. Some of the gardens are areas that people have been working on for 20 years. Many of the gardens have things you could readily go home and do yourself.
Okay.
Many of the gardens have things that you do not want to go home and do yourself. And a lot of times we forget that knowing what you don't like is frequently as important as is knowing what you do like. As my daughter Margaret said, I like all those little round bushes in a row. So of course what she's interested in is boxwoods with no adornment. Other people would look at that and go, oh, how bland, how predictable, how boring. So it's good to go and see what appeals to you and what does not appeal to you.
Absolutely. And there'll be 7 of the private ones and 2 public ones that you'll get to see on Saturday, June the 13th. And it all kicks off at 8 o'clock at the extension office for the marketplace, right?
Yes.
And then the
An
tour,
auction
and
down
the
on
auction.
South 3rd.
Okay, and then the tour itself is from 9 until 4?
That's correct.
Okay, so get your tickets now. You do need a ticket in order to go around and see these various different gardens. $8 if you get them at the extension office up until Saturday, or it's $10 starting on Saturday, right?
That's correct.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Gary. We appreciate your help.
Absolutely. This has been Gary White for Central Kentucky Television, and it is the 12th annual Blooming Bardstown Garden Tour on Saturday, June the 13th.